In the United States, the movement that's called Occupy Wall Street happened, but it's no longer all there is. Around the world, the last study I looked said that there were 800 to 900 cities which were engaging in or planning occupation-type activities. That's pretty astounding. I happen to be in Kentucky, which is one of the poorer, it's the seventh from the bottom in terms of income status in the United States, I believe, state. It's a southern state, and in Louisville and Lexington, the two larger cities in Kentucky, they're doing it. They're instituting occupation. So this phenomenon of standing up to the policies designed to get out of the crisis by enhancing those at the top, by hurting those below, this phenomenon of standing up to that, Occupy Wall Street, is spreading rapidly in the United States and around the world. It started, in a sense, quite a while ago in Greece and Spain and so on, and now it's spreading dramatically. What's positive is partly people standing up and democratically and militantly saying no to these reactionary policies and saying instead we should engage in policies that will benefit those who are in need. So that's positive. It's positive that it's being done in a way that's designed to bring in and incorporate wider and wider circles of participation, and to not have a few early participants or a few long-time activists in these domains decide everything in advance, but instead to try and bring people in, listen, hear what people desire, and act on it in a movement. We don't know what will happen. It could dissipate. It could internally fracture as people don't behave well or as people fail to understand the situation that they're encountering. Those are possibilities for sure. And if that happens, it'll be demoralizing. But still, we'll have seen some potential. But the other possibility is that it keeps growing. The other possibility is that these assemblies, these occupations spread further, and that they begin to address the crisis, what's called the economic crisis, by coming up with demands to solve it that really would benefit those beneath, and that then even come up with organizational steps. So, for instance, if you take something like Spain, where you have huge numbers of people involved in these, they're ahead of the U.S. in that sense by a large margin, or Greece. So huge numbers of people are involved. So in Barcelona, they go to the city square and they have their gigantic assembly. Well, okay, suppose they decide, you know what, that's good, and we should do that once a month. But in the other 3 weeks, the assembly should be in neighborhoods, and it should be neighborhood people. And so what we should do is we should take all those people who are in the Barcelona assembly, and the people from neighborhood 1, neighborhood 2, neighborhood 3 hold assemblies in those neighborhoods. And now start again with the effort of upping the number of people. And so now what we have is local assemblies, local occupations. And what do those do? Those begin to govern. Those begin to assess the needs of the community and the needs of the local neighborhood, and to come up with demands, and also just programs and policies, activities that can be undertaken without demands to begin to redesign life in those neighborhoods. Then the movement starts to become a real threat. Then the movement is basically an instance of not just protest, not even large-scale protest, but it's an instance of people literally starting to take control of their own lives and starting to engage in constructive creation of new relationships and new policies, and then in addition it could also make demands about the economy as a whole. If that kind of thing starts to happen, this phenomenon spreading around the world could be of world historic importance, could be truly profound. We'll see.